When Eight Bells Toll film. When Eight Bells Toll is a 1971 action film directed by Étienne Périer and starring Anthony Hopkins, Jack Hawkins, Robert Morley, and Nathalie Delon. Set in Scotland, it is based upon Scottish author Alistair MacLean's 1965 novel of the same name. Producer Elliott Kastner planned to produce a string of realistic, gritty espionage thrillers to rival the James Bond series, but the film's poor box office receipts ended his plans. Plot: British Treasury secret agent Philip Calvert Anthony Hopkins is sent to investigate the hijacking of 5 cargo ships in the Irish Sea, tracking the latest hijacked ship, the Nantisville, carrying £8 million in gold bullion, to the Scottish Highlands and the sleepy port town of Torbay on the Isle of Torbay, actually filmed in Tobermory, on the Isle of Mull. Posing as marine biologists, Calvert and his partner Hunslet Karen Redgrave find the local inhabitants suspicious and hostile. They suspect that Cypriot tycoon and shipping magnate Sir Anthony Scores Jack Hawkins, whose luxury yacht Shangri-La is anchored off the coast, may be behind the pirating of the gold bullion. While searching the surrounding area in a Royal Navy helicopter, Calvert makes contact with a group of remote shark fishermen who appear more friendly than Torbay's locals. Calvert also meets the occupants of a castle, Lord Kirkside and his teenage daughter, who behave strangely as well as being hostile. As the helicopter brings Calvert back to Torbay, it comes under attack from the shore and the Royal Navy pilot is killed. The helicopter crashes onto the rocky shoreline, explodes and slides into the sea. Calvert escapes from the helicopter after it sinks to the bottom. When he returns to his research yacht Firecrest, he finds Hunslet is missing and is surprised by the presence of his boss Sir Arthur Arnford Jones, known as Uncle Arthur Robert Morley. Together, they combat boarders and make ready for sea. On raising the anchor, they find the dead body of Hunslet tied to it. They are joined by Scores's wife, Charlotte Nathalie Delon, whom they find calling for help in the sea. She claims to have escaped his yacht after he beat her. Calvert is both attracted to and suspicious of her. When a pirate speedboat approaches, Calvert rams it, shoots the occupants, and blows up the boat in vengeance for Hunslet's death. Calvert recruits the shark fishermen to deal with Scores and his modern-day pirates. Guessing that the missing bullion ships are being sunk to allow the gold to be offloaded invisibly, Calvert dives in the bay and finds the Nantisville. He fights and kills one of the divers whom he has previously encountered and who he suspects killed Hunslet. He then secretly enters Kirkside's castle and questions the lord's daughter, discovering that Scores is an innocent victim whose real wife is being held hostage, along with other locals down in the castle's dungeons. He then sneaks into the underground dock of the castle where the gold is being offloaded. At midnight, 8 bells, the shark fishermen ram the gates of the underground dock with their boat. The pirates are expecting them because Charlotte has been transmitting Calvert's plans to them by secret radio. She is actually the wife of their ringleader, not Scores. A firefight ensues in which the pirates are wiped out, after which Calvert lets Charlotte escape with a single bar of gold in her possession. Cast: Anthony Hopkins as Philip Calvert, Robert Morley as Uncle Arthur, Nathalie Delon as Charlotte, Jack Hawkins as Sir Anthony Scores, Karen Redgrave as Hunslet, Derek Bond as Lord Charnley, Ferdy Mayne as Lavorsky, Maurice Roeves as helicopter pilot, Leon Collins as Tim Hutchinson, Wendy Allnut as Sue Kirkside, Peter Arne as Imrai, Oliver MacGreevy as Quinn, Tom Chatto as Lord Kirkside, Edward Burnham as Macallum Charles Gray, uncredited, dubbed the voice of Jack Hawkins, whose larynx had been removed when the actor was diagnosed with throat cancer in 1966. Due to the similarity between their voices, Gray dubbed him in other films as well. Production Development. In July 1966, Kastner and his producing partner Jerry Gershwin had purchased 5 screenplays from MacLean, Where Eagles Dare, When 8 Bells Toll, and 3 other unnamed ones. In November, Kastner announced they would make the film as part of a 14-film slate over 2 years. Among the 14 movies were MacLean's Where Eagles Dare, which was a big hit in 1968, leading to high expectations for When Eight Bells Toll. Kastner saw When Eight Bells Toll as a combination of The Guns of Navarone, Gunga Din, and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. There was a strong character and a great adventure in there, said Kastner. MacLean elected to adapt his novel for the cinema himself and kept the adaptation close to the novel. The story is very close to the source text and features some of the same witty dialogue. Some of the twists in the ending have been changed, however, and a shootout replaces MacLean's original Agatha Christie-style summation. Producer Elliott Kastner hoped that the film would be the first of a series of spy adventures films featuring MacLean's Philip Calvert character, by capturing James Bond series fans after the anticipated demise of that series, Sean Connery. And some thought that the Bond series would end after his departure. The director was a Belgian, Étienne Périer, who had done low-budget films. Kastner later said hiring him was probably the one mistake he made on the film. Financing. Kastner says he raised the budget by ringing a guy I read about in Fortune magazine, and I went and saw him and said I need $1.8 million to make this second Alistair MacLean project. Casting. Kastner wanted a Celtic actor to play the hero Calvert, having had a big success with Richard Burton in Where Eagles Dare. I saw the agent Calvert as a very exciting characterization, said Kastner. A lot could be done with him. But I didn't want a Tony Curtis. I didn't want a star. I wanted a classical actor. A real actor. He considered Michael Jaston and Anthony Hopkins for the role. Hopkins, then best known as a stage actor for his work at the National Theatre, was chosen on the basis of his performance in The Lion in Winter. Hopkins says he turned down the role at first, worried about being an action star. It seemed too fast for me, he said. I could hear myself saying, "Now wait a minute." Then, when I had finally overcome my fright, I said to myself I'd be mad to turn this chance down. I didn't. Kastner wanted Hopkins to lose weight for the role. Bond film stunt arranger Bob Simmons helped him slim down to become a convincing Royal Naval officer trained as a commando and frogman. Filming. Filming started in September 1969 and went for 16 weeks. It was done partly on location in Scotland with studio work at Pinewood. The main helicopter used in the film is a Westland Widgeon painted in Royal Navy Rescue helicopter colors. The ship used to represent Calvert and Hunslet's yacht Firecrest was the Tabit, built in 1966 at Berwick Shipyard. The ship still exists to this day, currently registered in Greece. Scura's yacht, the Shangri-La, was in reality the Maureen Empore, built in 1961 by Yarrows. The ship still exists, now called the Camarasea, the Northern Diver. The boat used to search for Calvert after the helicopter crash is currently being assessed for restoration by Marine Services on the Isle of Skye. During filming, Hopkins fell in love with one of Kastner's assistants. Reception. Box office. When Eight Bells Toll performed poorly in cinemas in the U.S., although it was more popular in Europe and was the 11th most popular film at the British box office in 1971. Kastner said the film tripled its money but admitted it was a disappointment. Critical reception. The Guardian described the film as all thoroughly silly but routine rather than rotten. Proposed series. Connery returned to the Bond role and appeared in the successful Diamonds Are Forever, and the Bond series producers decided to continue the series when Connery left. The projected Philip Calvert series was cancelled.